Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Hoops, Hoodies, and How-Tos. And I'm going to show you how to create this cool midnight glowy effect in Photoshop. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to unlock this layer, and then we're going to make a copy of it because we don't want to edit the original. And then this new layer, I'm going to invert it. You can hit Control-I, or you can go to Image up at the top of the navigation, Adjustments, and invert it there. Next, we're going to apply the high pass filter to show features of my face. And then after that, we're going to use, we're going to use the radius of 24. And then after that, we're going to apply the Gaussian blur to blur out and soften up my skin, but not too much because you still want to be able to see your features. And so the areas you want to soften up, make sure those are highlighted. Next, we're going to apply a mask. And I want to apply a black mask instead of a white one because I want to soften up my skin and I want to highlight those areas. So now you use the brush tool, and you can use whatever size that you want. You can do it small, you can do it big, and this one is kind of a medium shape, or medium size to me, because I'm covering large areas of my face in this photo to soften up, which is like around my T-zone, on my chin, the areas that are overemphasized or look granular to me. So once you are done with that, in the next step, we are going to do the dodge and burn technique. And what this does is it highlights areas that you want to highlight on your face, or I should say, you highlight the areas that you want to highlight and you darken the areas that you want to darken up. So keep in mind, dodge, highlight, burn, deepen. So use the dodge tool to highlight, like, let's say in this image, I want to highlight my lips, I want to highlight my brow bone, all of the areas that are light but are not showing as they would in person. I want to intensify those areas the way that it would look. So my cheekbones, that highlight area, my nails, my lip color, my eyeshadow, my brow bone, I want to highlight all of those areas. But keep in mind, be careful on the size that you use, because the bigger you go, the larger the area and the surface that you're covering. So I wanted to use a small size in this one to highlight those key areas. And then next we're going to use the burn tool, which is going to deepen up and darken the areas that you want to darken up, or in this instance, contour. So I have a contour underneath my cheekbone, but it's not really popping like I want it to. So I very lightly darken up that contour, because again, if you go heavy-handed with it, it doesn't look natural. Then it's easily noticeable that you've edited the photo. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm applying a hue and saturation layer to that previous layer. And what this does is it either cools up your image or warms up your image. And you have that big color wheel there, so the sky is the limit for you. So you can go up and down the color wheel and choose which hue and saturation that you want to apply to the image. You can also brighten it up with the lightness, or you can darken it up. So in this one, I wanted to deepen it up. I wanted it kind of like a midnight purple blue combination. And so the next thing I'm doing is I'm applying the gradient tool, which is a subset of the paint bucket tool. And you can start from the left, right, up, down, whichever you want to go, and whichever direction or whichever flow you want the gradient to go. And what this is doing is it's applying kind of like an ombre, but a sharper from one color to the next, to that hue and saturation level that I just applied. And I also apply a blend mode of linear burn in this layer, so that's why it looks a whole lot deeper than it normally would. So that's pretty much it. And here I'm just playing around with it, seeing which direction I want it to go in, from the left to right, playing around with the hue and saturation. Play around with it until you get the desired effect. I mean, you really could spend hours. Well, I spend hours in Photoshop just playing around with the different tools and the effects and the filters. So if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. I know this went by really quickly, so I'm happy to answer any and all questions that you have. So that's it for this tutorial, and I will see you in my next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Dream big.